You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
The sad truth, wrote Carl Jung, is that man's real life consists of a complex of inexorable opposites, day and night, birth and death, happiness and misery, good and evil. We are not even sure that one will prevail over the other, that good will overcome evil, or joy defeat pain. Life is a battleground. It always has been and always will be. Of the many metaphors used to describe a life in process, the metaphor of a battle is one of the more appropriate. In this battle, our own self is both our greatest ally and greatest opponent, with a dynamic tension existing between those elements of our personality moving us forward into personal growth and those holding us back. Each person must also contend with the potential for both good and evil that lies within. Whether our strengths and capacity for good get the upper hand, or our weakness and capacity for evil, is very much a product of this battle waged within the self. Far too many people, however, set themselves up for defeat as they are unwilling to acknowledge the destructive side of their being. Utilizing various psychological defense mechanisms, such people do their best to stay ignorant to their faults and weaknesses. In so doing, these elements of their personality are relegated to their unconscious and make up the realm of the psyche Jung called the shadow. The shadow exerts an active influence on our personality and affects our behavior in a myriad of unforeseen ways. When we behave in a manner which is a product of our shadow, perhaps we treat someone poorly or take part in a self-destructive behavior, rather than taking responsibility for such actions, most people make use of the psychological phenomenon known as projection in order to avoid facing up to their shadow. In this video, we are going to explore the phenomenon of projection by looking at the dangers it poses to the well-being of both the individual and society at large. Projection occurs when we attribute an element of our personality, which resides in our unconscious, to another person or group. We can project both negative and positive characteristics, however, there is a greater tendency to project the former rather than the latter. Sigmund Freud, who popularized the term in the mid-1890s, believed projection to be a defense mechanism, used to avoid the anxiety that is provoked when one is forced to face up to their faults, weaknesses, and destructive tendencies. Jung's view of projection was similar to Freud's, and as he explains in Archaic Man, projection is one of the commonest psychic phenomena. Everything that is unconscious in ourselves we discover in our neighbor, and we treat him accordingly. Jung, however, stressed that projection was both an inevitable and necessary component in our psychological development, as it is one of the primary means by which we can gain an awareness of elements residing in our unconscious. After projecting an element of our unconscious, the healthy thing to do is to recognize the subjective origin of the projection, to withdraw it from the external world, and to integrate this element of our personality into conscious awareness. Only by withdrawing our projections and becoming aware of the faults we previously projected onto others can we ever hope to take corrective measures.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back in the building live from the heart of Leimert Park. You already know what it is. At the scene of the conversation. Tough topic tonight, but an important one. I don't want to be half of myself in a relationship. I'm half of myself trying to give my all to someone.
I don't want to live that reality anymore. How many of you out there who can hear my voice right now, you know you're not integrated. You know you're half of yourself, while at the same time trying to give your all to someone. What if the 100% you think you're giving is really only 50% because you refuse to embrace the whole you? Tonight's topic, we're talking about shadow magic. We're talking about the work that is necessary. How can one command their shadow? Right? How does one even become psychologically integrated? What are the steps involved in that process? Right? Becoming psychologically integrated involves accepting and understanding all aspects of oneself, including those often hidden or deemed negative, and integrating them into a cohesive whole. It's almost like we are living yin and yang. There's a light side and a dark side, and we keep them segregated. The irony, right? Right? This process, often associated with Jungian psychology, leads to a greater self-awareness, maturity, and authentic sense of self. So step one is acknowledging your shadow exists, right? That's the first step, right? The shadow refers to the unconscious aspects of personality that are often repressed or denied. This is what I mean when I say self-avoidant, right? Many of us are self-avoidant in intimate relationships. Can you say oxymoron? Right? You can't. Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, how come nobody love me? How come nobody want to be with me? How come I can't keep a... Do you see? You can't be self-avoidant while trying to give your all in an intimate environment with another person. Because spiritually, the way relationships are set up, you're going to attract those people that trigger what you repress, that trigger what you deny. The next step is recognizing patterns. Pay attention to recurring negative behaviors, right? Thought patterns or emotional reactions, as these can be linked to shadow aspects. You guys have heard me talk about this before. The next step is acceptance, radical acceptance. Work towards accepting these shadow aspects as part of who you are, not part of what you loathe about yourself, not part of what you despise about yourself, but accept them as part of who you are rather than rejecting them. This involves acknowledging their existence and understanding their origins. Then integration. Integrate the shadow by acknowledging its presence, understanding its motivations, and finding ways to express it in a healthy, constructive manner. Now, self-awareness and reflection. Journaling, mindfulness, right? Creative expression like art, music, writing, then there's emotional processing. Number one, go see Dr. Sunshine or Dr. Jashana Johnson. Go see them. Emotional processing. Many of us, men, definitely men, but women too, some of us have a real difficult time processing emotions, right? So consider working with a therapist to explore difficult emotions, past experiences, and identify potential areas for integration. Then you self-compassion, or what I like to call self-empathy, right? Right? You have to have that in order to accept yourself. There must be self-compassion, right? Cultivate self-compassion by treating yourself with kindness and giving yourself grace and understanding, especially during challenging emotional experiences, right? A lot of us beat up ourselves. When I ask most people, I bet you're your worst critic. Oh, definitely. Nobody's harder on me than me. No. Cultivate self-awareness, self-understanding, self-acceptance, self-worth, self-approval, self-acknowledgement, self-love, self-empathy, self-compassion. All of this stuff you've got to pour into you before it turns into an inflexible demand of others. Right? Listen, unhealed people are the ones who said love ain't enough. Because the love that they got in early childhood was intermittent. Imagine a parent giving you, intermittent breadcrumbs of love every now and again. Imagine if your parent wasn't emotionally attuned to your needs. You're going to grow up saying love isn't enough because that's the diet saccharin aspartame version of love you were raised with. Do you see? And it's no judgment. That's the luck of the draw. But love still isn't out of reach for you. It's something that is in you that can be cultivated by you, starting with you. Let me love me despite my primary caregiver's inability to do so. And yes, it's a journey to even get to that understanding. Right? So self-compassion, self-empathy, self-love, self-acceptance. This is important. Then you got to start challenging the negative self-talk. Right? Your negative thoughts. Identify and challenge negative thought patterns, replacing them with more balanced and positive perspectives. And when we say positive, let's be careful of the term positive, because everything ain't got to be positive. Right? Many of us struggle with integrating, right, the shadow because of the stories and the mythology around darkness and shadow and pain and all of. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why we struggle with it. But if we learn to love the process, come on, man. Come on, man. We're healing. At light speed, we're healing. So kill the negative self-talk, the negative thoughts, right? Then, and I would say this is later on down the line, build a supportive network. Not wound sycophants. Many of us are surrounded by wound sycophants, right? They suck up to our wounds. That's what trauma bonded. They love the drama we're in. They love the unhealed space we're in. I don't want friends that are wound sycophants. I want encouragers, nurturers, people who pour in from a positive space. And I just don't mean words alone. See, let me tell you something about socializing. You can't go out and find the crowd, right? Listen to what I'm about to say. See, many people want to go out and find the crowd they don't belong to. They want to fake it till they make it, right? I ain't got no money, but I'm going to go hang out with some rich people because hanging out with rich people will eventually make me rich. Well, spirit doesn't work like that. Spirit works like this, using the metaphor of going to hang out with rich people. Spirit says, you're already wealthy. You've just been telling yourself you're not. You're already infinitely wealthy. You've been conditioned to beat yourself up, to self-shame, self-neglect, self-avoid. You've done that to you. So Spirit says you don't get to let me go socialize with these great people and these people that are going to pour in. No, that's not how it works. You got to pour into you first so you can magnetize the people you seek to socialize with. Do you see? This is how you magnetize a different caliber of intimate partner. You've got to conquer demons from within. Do you see? Now, I love the psychological piece, right? Go to therapy. But I also love to throw in the spiritual piece. Get some spirit work in too. And I'm a respecter of every religion. All religions are valid to me. Every single one of them. Right? I don't disrespect any of them because there's a kernel and a nugget of wisdom in all of them. So go on a spiritual journey while you're on your psychological therapeutic journey. And now we're doing something. Now we're confronting some things that we've been running from for a very long time. You see? And then the next piece is living authentically. Your shadow will cause you to puff up, to aggrandize, right? To put yourself on a pedestal because really internally you're small, you're broken, you're fragile, you're shoddy, you're hurting. But your shadow and in cooperation with the mask will show out like ain't nothing wrong. Will show up and show out like it's all good when it's not. So living authentically scares a lot of people that are still wounded. Do you see? It scares a lot of people. What will they think of me if I showed up as myself? Do you see? And then at every stage of your development, seek support. You're going to find people that are at your level. Right? But at least find people that are at the level of I'm trying to do better. Get in that circle first. Let's do the do better. We trying to do better circle. Right? Get into that. The people who aren't afraid to say, yeah, I've been looking at my shadow, boy. It's looking back. I don't like it. Yeah, word. That's your experience. My experience too. Y'all got to get in that circle. Anybody that's not in that circle, guess what happens? When you get on your spiritual journey, guess what happens? It irritates the hell out of people that are not on the spiritual journey, that are resistant or reluctant or just outright not with it. It irritates them. Do you see? Live authentically. Learn to embrace your whole self. Learn to fall in non-egoic, unconditional love with the entirety of your being. That's important. When I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. The voice of reason is acting a fool tonight.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
See, to live is to suffer. And to survive, well, that's to find meaning in the suffering.
Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can tear. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can tear.
I've been through mad different phases, like mazes, to find my way. And now I know that happy days are not far away. If I'm strong enough, I'll live long enough to see my kids doing something more constructive with the time than biz. I know because I've been there, now I'm in there. Sit back and look at what it took for me to get there. First came the drama with my mama. She got on some fly shit, so I split and said that I'ma be that seed that doesn't need much to succeed. Strapped with mad greed, a heart that doesn't bleed. I'm ready for the world, or at least I thought I was. Bagging when I caught a buzz, I'm thinking about how short I was. Going too fast, it wouldn't last, but yo, I couldn't tell. Group homes and institutions, prepare my for jail. They put me in a situation forcing me to be a man when I was just learning to stand without a helping hand. Damn, was it my fault? Something I did to make a father leave his first kid at 7, doing my first bid. Back on the scene at 14 with a scheme to get more green than I'd ever seen in a dream. And by all means,
Guidance. Always on man's pathway is his message or his lead. For example, a woman was much troubled over an unhappy situation. She thought to herself, will it ever clear up? Her maid was standing near and commenced to tell her of her experiences. The woman was too worried to be interested, but listened patiently. The maid was saying, I worked in a hotel once where there was a very amusing gardener. He always said such funny things. It had been raining for 3 days, and I said to him, do you think it will ever clear up? And he replied, my God, doesn't it always clear up? The woman was amazed. It was the answer to her thoughts. She said reverently, yes, with my God, it always clears up. Soon after, her problem did clear up in an unexpected way. Affirmations. Infinite Spirit, give me wisdom to make the most of my opportunities. Never let me miss a trick. I am always under direct inspiration. I know just what to do and give instant obedience to my intuitive leads. My angel of destiny goes before me, keeping me in the way. All power is given unto me to be meek and lowly of heart. I am willing to come last. Therefore, I come first. I now place my personal will upon the altar. Your will, not my will. Your way, not my way. Your time, not my time. And in the twinkling of an eye, it is done. There are no mysteries in the kingdom. Whatever I should know will now be revealed to me under grace. I am a perfect, non-resistant instrument for God to work through, and his perfect plan for me now comes to pass in a magic way.
Come on. Who is that, Andy? Florence, your word is your wand, Florence Scovel Shin. Come on. Listen, man. Flojo, she out here cooking. Now take what she said and invert it. God, show me me. God, reveal every hidden aspect of myself. See, we do it in reverse, right? Show me if this person is true. Show me if this person is right. Show if they're hiding something. But we rarely take what she just said and invert it towards ourselves. Come on. I'm trying to get us to grow up spiritually. Do we ever really want to do that? I want us to. Gosh, I would love for the world to be able to experience unconditional love, the true love, not the transactional love, not the superficial love, not the wounded diet attachment that we've been calling love. I'm talking about the real deal. But it can't happen until you heal. And you don't heal until you reveal to self. Let me get my nephew back in here. Nephew.
Shit. Yes, sir.
Come on, man. I know you're not out here cursing already. Come on, man.
Nah, you know,
Okay.
just muddy wasn't taking my time, slow stroll.
All right, give
right
me
on the heels, though.
Give me your final thought. I'm ready.
Again, even how Florence and everything was just speaking to the kingdom and your dominion, the large language model and breath or encounter that I was referring to, it's again to still offer that through line in terms of knowing we need to pay further attention to how we speaking to ourselves. And our internal communication is going to be bound by the way that we communicate or the prompts that we use, either interfacing with strangers or basically figments of your imagination, your experiments, like all of this stuff. That's where like Carl Jung and them come back in, because what he's doing is relaxing and interfacing with his subconscious, basically just like that last Matrix was talking about in terms of a mirror to a degree. Like it's still a portal for your your evolution, if you will.
Yes, your development. I get it. Yes.
Yeah, and that's why, at least from this space where I am right now, just how we were speaking or listening to Dog speak, and sometimes that's slipping. Like if it could just as a fade or something like that, just again salute to everybody, would like play that DMX Stop Being Greedy, because it's the same energy. Yeah,
I'm gonna play it.
I believe. Yeah.
Now listen,
I
nephew,
believe.
we up against the clock, so I gotta push. But let me just say, man, I love you, man. If I ain't told you that, I'm just telling you, man, I love you, and I appreciate every single time I hear your voice, man. I appreciate you. And guess what you just did?
Man, love. I'm just over here with the Slam Alam.
Yes, sir. Atlanta is in the building. We love it. If you want to call in, call me now, 1-800-920-1580.
Let's keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. Ribs is touchy, so don't make me wait. Around and I'm gonna bite you, snatch the plate. I can flip that flow, I can stick that, I can get that down. You know I'm with that, yo. Ain't a thing about this can't do, I haven't seen. But when it gets dark, it's like a tavern dream. All nightmares, the light days, the dessert. Got me like it. Everybody wants to hurt, what? Paranoid, so I strike out at whatever.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. President Trump says he's working to make sure wildfires don't disrupt the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. Trump said Governor Gavin Newsom has to allow more water to flow into California.
I've been fighting with them for a long time about allowing the water to come down from the Pacific Northwest, essentially.
Trump also said California's protection of the Delta smelt has to stop. The manhunt for a quadruple murder suspect in Tennessee is over. 28-year-old Austin Drummond is accused of killing 4 people and abandoning a baby last month about 200 miles west of Nashville. He was found and arrested about 70 miles from where the murders happened. And actress Regina King launched a new wine brand called Me and You in honor of her late son. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready? Drop it! Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. puts music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I don't even know what's going on no more. I don't even know what's happening, man. There ain't no answers. I'ma figure something out though, yeah. You know? Yeah. Just try to get my weight up. Try to get all my watches in order. Get my safe up. Be great.
I'm 21 years past the 27 club. It's like I went back into my past and then I sped it up. Robert Johnson, Winehouse, and Morrison found what heaven was. Heaven on earth, this shit is magic with no fairy dust. Home of the gully gangster, the gruesome and the scary stuff. I told my brother jump, they gon' go through hell with us. They don't have a history in the streets that compare with us. Hood, they wanna be us. Thugs in the St. Regis, only thing undefeated is time. The second is the internet, number 3 is this rhyme. Before security, my dog had to sneak in the 9. God must be on my side, I had to eat and provide. My winning streak is divine. I told Thun, leave the street behind. Don't let them hype you with slow run beats, cheating the grind. Dog, I'm telling it like it is. You gotta deal with the consequence. When you better cribs, you better be ready to sit. Dope dealers, street hustlers, pop cases, throw dice.
When I meditate, the mind is often very discursive and easily distracted. Since it is said that the mind is like a muscle and needs to be trained, apart from persevering in meditation so as to train it, do you have any other tips? Any tips to improve the practice?
Well, I mean, everybody, I'm sure, including the Buddha, because the Buddha knew very much about monkey mind. Everybody starts out with a very distracted mind. We're in the habit of being distracted. So of course we're going to be distracted. What do we expect? One of the points of practicing meditation is that so many people think they're in control of their lives. Then they try to sit down and meditate for 5 minutes on the breath. And within a minute or two have recognized that they are not in control even of their own minds, what to speak of their whole life. And this teaches us some humility, perhaps, because everybody goes through this. So again, my feeling is at the beginning to keep the sessions fairly short and emphasize this development of awareness, because that's what it's all about. So that if, for example, we are meditating on the breath, watching the breath come in and out, then the emphasis should be mainly on the, not so much attention on the object, the breath, but more attention given to the awareness of the breath. Because that's what we're trying to develop. It's this ability to know, to be conscious, to be aware. So the actual object is not so important. What is important is our ability to know it, the object, right? So then when we lose that awareness and we get swept away by our conceptual thinking mind again, no problem. As soon as we notice that we are not on the object, we bring it back again, because even knowing that we have lost the object means that we are aware again. We are aware that we're lost. So no problem, right? So then we bring it back again and again, however many times, until the mind begins to settle, right? Again, honestly and truthfully, any skill takes time to cultivate it. And
who is that, Andy? It sounds very zen. Oh, that's Tenzin? Oh, we love Tenzin. Tenzin, she be cooking now. And a lot of the concepts that she's talking about, she's a Tibetan monk, or Tibetan Buddhist, I should say. or just Buddhist. How about that? Right? A lot of those concepts, right, from Buddhism, right, are now filtering their way into psychology under the umbrella of what is being termed mindfulness. Right? And now I'm telling you, every problem originates in you. Every enemy originates in you. Right? External enemies should be inert to you, or will become inert to you when you get on that healing journey. When you start to heal, it's like a little chihuahua yelling and barking at you, and you're like, oh, this is cute. That's why I said earlier in the show, I've come full circle. I used to fix because I was trying to get something. Now I'm still here helping people, still leaning in, but with a different purpose. Still showing up with a different purpose. The purpose is led by self-love and then compassion for others who may not have, taken that first step. Right? Can you imagine doing the same thing, but from a different mindset, from a different perspective? Before you were doing it because you wanted something. You felt like you were lacking something. You felt like you needed something. Right? Now you're doing it because you are giving something. Do you see the difference? You are offering something. And you're okay if the offering isn't accepted. Do you see? I'm telling you, I'm not here to heal. I'm here to resurrect the exiled genius you forgot to protect. Your inner critic. Right? That's just your truth misread. Your toxic traits, just your angels misfed. Yeah, the ego's a child in designer fits, screaming, don't see me naked, so it throws a fit. But intimacy starts where your armor splits and your shadow sings psalms in apocalypse. You pray for peace while ducking grief, but shadow ain't hell, it's your soul's motif. You want to be chosen, but don't choose you. Still chasing love like a job interview. Your triggers ain't curses, they're syllables divine. Your reactions are sermons from ancestral lines. This ain't therapy, this is psycho-spiritual warfare in rhyme. Between the lies you perform and the truth you decline. You keep searching for the one, but it's never about them. It's the legion inside you. Don't forget to count them. When I come forward, I hope Otto got back on the line. Otto, you got a call back, brother, but we going to Houston when we come forward.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay, and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is what the world sounds like.
I swear I'm tired of these emotional, ungrateful, unstable, confrontational, dumb. You wanna bring it down, even when I'm trying to do right. We can go our separate ways right now. You can move on with your life. I swear to God.
You love a pity party, I won't show up. Always act like your don't stink, mother. Grow up, forever late, won't bite. Sit around and deny. Around on the side, then come up my.
Up, yo, you must be bleeding and some more. I don't know your feelings.
You want some? See, I don't know why you like playing mind games with me. I ain't slow nor dizzy. I know when you being distant. I know when you fake busy. Get out your feelings and miss me with that reverse psychology.
Man, you tripping? Who got you that rolly chain?
And who put that car in my name?
What you think I'ma kiss your?
Should we have a little talk? Healing is a violent thing, and not the kind of violence you are used to. No fists, no blood. A slower violence, the kind where the mirror stops lying to you, where comfort rots, where every soft thing you used to hide inside melts. That's what healing is. It's ruin. They don't tell you that because they cannot sell it. Nobody would sign up for it if they knew. Imagine an ad that said, heal with us. Side effects include isolation, rage, insomnia, shaking, grief you can't explain, and losing the people you love. Nobody clicks that, so they package it prettier. They sell you inner peace, but peace doesn't come first. Decay does. You don't believe me? Look at nature. A reindeer doesn't drop its antlers to become beautiful. It drops them because if it doesn't, the bone starts to rot from the inside. The velvet peels, the crown cracks. If the antlers stay too long, they get infected. And the animal suffers. Same with you. There are parts of you that aren't meant to be carried forever.
Man, whoever that little sweet sounding lady is, who is that? She was cooking, though. She was cooking with the rarest grease. Hey, man, you're listening to The Voice of Reason. I hear these clips when you hear these clips. And if you were listening to the playlist, my goodness, the playlist has been on complete fire. My playlist is, in fact, my co-host. Listen, let me get Nelton from Houston, Texas on the line. Nelton, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
What's going on, Big Brozo, once again?
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you once again.
Yeah.
Right.
Another fire topic, man. Another fire topic. So, I would be lying if I said that I didn't know how things were going to turn out with my ex-wife, because the signs was there. She was already emotionally abusive, physically abusive. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I thought I can save her. You know, that mentality. I had that mentality, right? I had so much compassion for her. I didn't have enough for myself to, you know, not put myself through that situation, right? So I thought it was kind of like backwards. But the more I you know, assess my first marriage and how things played out, I look more internally into how I contribute to it and how I, you know, like I said, co-created that situation, right? So like, you know, I was mad at her for a while, right? But then, as I assessed, I was like, you know what? Yeah, that was on me. Or, you know, I missed that. Or, you know, either I didn't know. Or, but, you know, it's just stuff like that that helps me, you know, not be bitter. At the same time, I could tell my story without being angry and have full of rage, you know, like I did years ago. So definitely, this is a good topic,
man. I love it, man. I love it. And I love that brothers such as yourself, man, are coming into the knowledge of self and how important it is to the health of your intimate relationships as well as yourself. Man, I'm just proud of you, brother. I'm glad you're here. It means a lot that you're here, bro. And I appreciate you. Now, guess what you just did?
H-Town in the building, baby.
H-Town is in the building. I'm here to tell y'all the trigger is the teacher. Don't be afraid of what hurt you. Oftentimes we're afraid of what hurt us, while at the same time making what hurt us into our sense of self. We integrate what hurt us into our sense of self. The trigger is the teacher. They told me to heal. I told them to burn. I ain't trying to soothe what my soul came here to learn. Listen, I'm telling you guys, relationships is the highest level of self-education. And when we hear brothers like Nelton or sisters like Nikki from the SIP, my niece from Houston, Texas, my nephew from Atlanta, Georgia. When we hear folks coming in, you're listening to people in real time being affected by this work. This is not merely entertainment, although it can be entertaining. But this is really about getting us to see relationships differently. So we understand certain things, right? We got to reparent ourselves. Our partner is not responsible for the unfinished work that our parents didn't do. We understand that. I can't give my all if I'm still fragmented and I'm not whole internally, right? That's what individuation is about. Relationship is a mirror, a spiritual mirror that reflects back to you, right? This work that you've either suppressed, repressed, run away from, ignored, whatever, right? Relationships trigger that. The trigger is the teacher, right? Every scar is a scripture. Every ache gets a turn, right? This show, it ain't self-help. Nah, it's a death note to the mask. This ain't growth, right? It's the gospel of the task. Nobody wants to work. We think the work is superficial. Who's going to pick up the kids, and how are we going to schedule our lives around our different schedules, right? Who's going to take out the trash? You should take my car and get the oil changed. It's all social maintenance, but no internal spiritual maintenance. The maintenance internally is dealt with by doing, stimulation. Where are we going? What we doing? What we eating? Did you take a picture of your plate before you started eating? Do you see what? You got to find the light within yourself. Krishnamurti would say what? Krishnamurti would say, you are the light of the world. He was saying the light is you. Nah, we make others the light because we've ignored our own darkness. Others become the light, i.e. the answer. Nah, the answer is in the darkness. All others can be is the question. I've been saying it for a long time. You don't find the light till you drown in the flask of your father's silence, your mother's collapse. Every love you called destiny was a trauma reenactment. Every mirror held a face you refused to examine. You call it intuition. It's projection in satin. You call it God. It's your pain rebranded. Right? That tremble in your gut. Right? That's a hard drive stream. Trauma in zip files haunting your dreams. You think it's personality. Nah, it's a team of unintegrated parts playing out a regime. Your boundaries, barbed wire. Your emotions, ghost choirs. You mistook hypervigilance for spiritual fire. But your instincts been hijacked, hacked by ancestral liars. Who benefits from your disassociation? Who profits off your coping foundation? What therapist's diploma got colonized patience? Oh my God. If it don't name empire in your nervous system stations, watch the tongue. It casts spells like preachers. Say, I am anger. You anchor your teachers. Say, jealousy visits. You free the seekers. Say, I'm broken. You birth new leeches. Listen, I start the conversation, man. It's really up to you to finish it. I'm the voice of reason. You know I'm going to keep putting my foot on the gas pedal. You already know what it is. We start the conversation. You finish it. I'm the VOR. I'll be back here tomorrow with another slapper. Let's get it.
And I'ma hold you down. You tryna go deep, I'ma show you how. But who? Name D like you, but my friends call me Damien. And I'ma put you into something about this game we in. You and me can take it there, and you'll be the hottest ever living.
That's a given.
You'll see.
That's what I've been wanting all my life. Thinking about my little man, so I called my wife. Yo, your dada's about to make it happen.
What you mean, man?
I'm about to make it rapping. Today I met this cat. He said his name was Damien. He thinks that we're a lot alike and wants to be my friend.
You mean like Chucky?
Yeah, just like Chucky.
Dada looks like we both.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. California's legal fight with the Trump administration is paying off.
They kept coming for the same funding to cut it off, to impound it. We've been ready to strike back at every turn.
Attorney General Rob Bonta says the state has won 17 of 19 cases, blocking